PM Imran Khan warns opposition of being more dangerous if out of power. Now, this is an interesting story, but to get more in-depth look at it today, we're lucky to be joined by my Monday political analyst and journalist, Mr. Javed Rana. He is in Islamabad, and he'll be talking us through this piece just to see exactly what it means. Okay, Javed, thanks for joining me here on Front Pages. Good to see you, looking very smart indeed, sir. Thank you for joining us here on Front Pages. Okay, so this is a headline from Pakistan, from Lahore, the Pakistan.The. Is Imran Khan on the back burner? Is he on his way out? What does this headline mean? Talk us through it, please.
I think this headline means of what has been happening behind the scene, how military has been operating, how military has been dealing with the government, and how military has been dealing with the opposition parties. Because in Pakistan, you know that the military has been at the heart of the controversy for making and breaking the governments in the past. Now the situation is that apparently this is a warning from the Prime Minister to the opposition parties, which have a proven track record of failing to do anything against the government. As a matter of fact, there is a subtle warning from the Prime Minister to none other than its own military, because his relation with the military has not been so good, particularly for last couple of months. There was little controversy on the appointment of country's ISI chief, which is Pakistan's secret intelligence agency. I think since then, the opposition has been trying to create political conditions where it can possibly deal with the military, can have a secret understanding with the military to oust Prime Minister and hold fresh elections and bring its own man for the time being as an interim Prime Minister. I think there has been a lot of talk of such kind of underhand dealing between opposition and the military. My understanding is that perhaps the military has been playing with the opposition parties, given the fact that the opposition, particularly the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, has launched a campaign against the military, particularly about its political role in running the government. And I don't think the military would oust Prime Minister or create conditions to oust Prime Minister, because once this Prime Minister would be out of power, that means he would launch campaign against the military, something the military cannot possibly face that kind of scenario, because it has already been under fire from the opposition's former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and if another Prime Minister is ousted, he launches campaign against the military. So my understanding is that the military has been basically, gaining time, and the military would prefer this Prime Minister to go along with at least for next 2 years until there are the fresh general elections. So in a broader picture, the fact is that the Prime Minister has become unpopular because of the fact that IMF imposed a political agenda onto Pakistan. Pakistan's economy has been literally hijacked by this IMF, and the opposition has been trying to politically cash in, though opposition doesn't have any alternative plan how to bring back the economy on the track. So in a broader picture, I don't think the Prime Minister is going to be ousted, though the opposition wants everybody to believe in that kind of political theory.
Indeed, indeed. As all oppositions want, they always want the Prime Minister to be ousted. Okay, Javed Rana, always a pleasure. Concise and to the point as usual. Thank you for your time, sir. We'll speak again soon, no doubt. Stay safe, stay well.
The growing tide of anti-Israel sentiments. What you see behind me is just tip of the iceberg of what is happening in the country. More than half of $52 billion black CIA budget is spent on espionage network in Pakistan. How would you handle it?
The US has looked upon Pakistan as an ally at one point and then as an enemy at the same time.
That is going to be the first legal reason on the basis of which he is going to be instantly ousted by the Supreme Court of Pakistan.
Joining us live, Javed Rana, who's an expert on politics and geostrategic issues.
In the world politics, which is not being driven by any moral principle, it is being driven by the hard geostrategic realities. In a broader picture, more countries would aspire to have nuclear weapons.